$40,000 in debt, $55,000 a year in salary. If you have ever typed those numbers into a calculator, hoping the math would somehow work out in your favor, you already know what it says. It says this is going to take forever. It says interest is eating you alive. It says you would need to live on almost nothing for years just to make a dent. The calculator is wrong, not because the math is wrong, but because it does not account for the system. And when the system is built correctly and followed with consistency, it can eliminate $40,000 of debt in 18 months on a $55,000 salary. No windfall, no dramatic income increase, no punishment lifestyle. This is not motivation. This is not theory. This is a system, step by step, that has helped ordinary people eliminate debt that felt impossible on timelines that felt unrealistic without destroying their life in the process. By the end of this video, you will have a complete, actionable plan. Not next month, not someday, today. Stay with me. Before the steps, we need to talk about the real problem. And it is not interest rates. It is not income. It is not even the balance. It is psychology. When you see $40,000 on a $55,000 salary, your brain does a quick calculation and gives up. It says, this is permanent. This is too big. This will never change. And that conclusion is what keeps most people stuck for years. Minimum payments, no progress, just survival. But here's what they miss. Debt is not a single event. It is a compounding system in reverse. Step 1, build your complete debt inventory. Most people think they know their debt. They do not. They know the feeling of debt, not the numbers. You need precision: lender, balance, interest rate, minimum payment, type of debt. Every single account, written down, visible, real. Because clarity changes behavior. When you see that you are paying $540 a month just in interest, something shifts. It stops being abstract, it becomes urgent. Step 2, calculate your gap. On a $55,000 salary, take-home pay is about $3,160. Subtract minimum debt payments. Subtract basic living expenses, rent, food, transport, utilities. What is left is your gap. $400 to $800 a month. That is your weapon. That is what destroys debt early. That is what shortens your timeline. That is what builds momentum. Step 3, choose your payoff strategy. There are 2. Debt avalanche, highest interest first, mathematically optimal. Debt snowball, smallest balance first, psychologically powerful. And here is the truth. The best method is the one you finish. Step 4, cut with precision, not punishment. Most people try to eliminate everything and they quit. Instead, remove waste, unused subscriptions, forgotten charges, low-value spending. Then reduce, not eliminate, your biggest variable expenses: dining, entertainment, impulse spending. Not zero, controlled. Precision beats suffering every time. Step 5, generate additional income. This is the accelerator. Because expense cutting has a limit, income does not. Sell unused items, electronics, furniture, clothing, cash sitting in your house. Freelance your skills: writing, design, editing, tutoring, anything valuable. Even a few $100s extra per month changes everything. But here is the rule. Every dollar must have a destination before it arrives. Not after, before. Otherwise, it disappears into lifestyle spending. It always does. Step 6, automate everything. Minimum payments, automated. Extra payments, automated. Gap contribution, automated. The money moves before you decide what to do with it. That is the system. And then review weekly, not monthly, weekly. Because progress only matters when you can see it. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets finished. Now here is what this system produces. Months 1 and 2, smallest debt gone. First win, momentum begins. Months 3 to 10, highest interest debt destroyed. Balance drops fast, interest shrinks. Months 11 to 15, next loan eliminated. Faster now because freed payments stack. Months 16 to 18, final debt gone. $40,000 eliminated. Not because of luck, not because of income, but because the system ran consistently, through the boring days, through the stressful weeks, through every moment you wanted to stop. That is what wins, not intensity, consistency. Build the system today, not later, today. This is Finn Wealthwise, and I will see you in the next one.